Let's talk about shock absorbers. I see so many people out there, they've got adjustable shock absorbers in their vehicle and they've never adjusted them. And I think the reason is they don't know how to. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I adjust the shock absorbers in my race car. Now, some basics about suspension, and you need to understand this because it's going to help you understand what you're doing when you adjust the shock absorbers. Your springs are designed to carry the load. So the more load you have, the bigger spring you need. The shock absorber is designed to control the load. So one carries, one controls. So what the shock absorber is going to do is it adds resistance to the vehicle when it wants to move. And when you end up with the perfect adjustment of your shock absorbers, the body of the vehicle is going to go flat across a bump whilst the suspension moves underneath the body of the vehicle. So that's what you're looking for. Now there's two things that you can end up with. A shock absorber that's too soft, which means that it's not controlling the load correctly, or a shock absorber that's too hard, therefore the shock absorber is too stiff, or it's providing too much control for the spring. So we want to find that middle ground, and there's a simple procedure to do it. So the shock absorbers on the race car are a shock absorber provided by this company here, Superior Engineering. Now these are a 2.0 remote reservoir shock absorber. What does that mean? Well, 2.0 means that they're a 2-inch shock absorber. So they're a quite small shock absorber for a race car. Remote reservoir means that we have a hose and a device away from the shock absorber which has a nitrogen gas charge inside the reservoir and some oil. And the idea of that is to stop what we call cavitation. So let's dive into the adjustment side of things. There's two adjustments that a shock absorber can have. One is what we call rebound, which is when the shock absorber gets longer, and one is what we call compression, which is when the shock absorber gets shorter. Some shock absorbers have both adjustments. These ones, and most on the market, have just a compression adjustment. So they only change the way the shock absorber compresses. And when we change the adjustment, what we're doing is making it harder to compress. And that's the key to adjusting the suspension on this vehicle so that we can get the best ride this suspension will provide. Righto, this is the part you've been waiting for. How do you actually do the adjustment? Well, the first thing you need is a bit of road that has some bumps in it. So once you've found that quiet bit of road, we're now going to get in finding the best settings for your vehicle. The first setting you're going to do is set all of the shock absorbers to their softest setting. In this vehicle, that's setting number 1. So on my shock absorbers, and yours might be slightly different, but I've got this knob here and it's got a number on it from 1 to 8. So as I turn it, it clicks through the different settings. And that's how I adjust the shocks on my vehicle. You may need to talk to the supplier of your shock absorbers to see exactly how you adjust them if you're not sure. So this is the remote reservoir, and it's got this line which goes to the shock absorber. And the shock absorber, this line, and half of this reservoir is full of oil. And then the other half of the reservoir is full of nitrogen gas. And inside here is what we call a floating piston, and it moves up and down with the shock absorber. And this is all part of why these shock absorbers work so well, is because they have this nitrogen gas charge on the top here. So I've done that. All of my shocks are now set to 1, their softest setting, and I go for a drive. Whilst I'm driving, I'm feeling what the vehicle's doing is that really soft. The body is moving all over the place. Now, on the speedo, I'm about to do 35 kilometers an hour and it's not comfortable inside the vehicle. So I know that setting number 1 is not what I want. So now that we've done the softest setting, what I like to do is go to the hardest setting. And this is going to help me understand, is the suspension going to work better towards the harder end of the shock or the softer end? So I've now adjusted the shock absorbers to 8, their hardest setting. As you can see now, the vehicle is a lot more planted, but inside the vehicle, I can feel that it's quite harsh. We're hitting the bumps and I'm feeling a lot more. So So I know that 8 is too hard. So I also know now that somewhere towards the top end of the range is where I'm going to find the perfect setting. Given that 8 is too hard, I've now set the whole vehicle to 6 because I reckon it's somewhere up in that space is going to be the magic number. When I was on the softer setting, I was doing 35 kilometers an hour across this terrain and it was not comfortable. I'm now doing 50 kilometers an hour and it's vastly improved, but the back is a little bit soft. So I'm going to crank the back up 1 notch to a 7 and see how that goes. Now you can see that the car is going way better. I'm actually getting up towards 80, 90 kilometers an hour across this terrain with the shock absorbers set correctly, and I was stuck at 35 when I started. As you can see, it's riding a lot better. I'm able to carry a lot more speed across the terrain, and inside the vehicle the ride is good, and for the most part the body is sitting relatively level, or as level as this suspension is going to allow. I run an adjustable shock absorber on all of my four-wheel drives, and when I'm towing, there's a tip that I want to give you because it makes a huge difference. You may have been driving and towing and found that the van or whatever you're towing starts to rock forwards and backwards, and the front of the vehicle is bouncing up and down a lot. When you get that situation, having adjustable shock absorbers in the front of the vehicle is perfect because the solution to that is crank the shocks up 1 or 2 notches and see how it goes. You're going to find that the whole rig settles down and is a lot more stable on the road. Anyway guys, I reckon that's going to help you out. Make sure you let us know in the comments down below if this has been helpful and if you've learned something. I'm Mad Matt. Stay safe on the trails.